Hello everyone, this is Lamin Sane of LSWAT and I welcome you to this third part of this tutorial series, which is called Introduction to Sass Css Preprocessors Part 3 Variables. Okay, so now in our project folder over here, if you remember the last time, we dragged the folder into the preproc program, but it says there is nothing that preproc can compile, so we hit F5 after adding new files. Okay, so the reason for that is because all the folders in this file in this project are empty. So the CSS is empty and the SCSS is empty. So let's go and actually open our folder in a text editor. You can use any text editor you like. I'm using brackets over here. So let's add a file. Let's call it main.scss. And in our index.html we have a h1 element. Let's look at that in the browser, refresh. That actually is of the color black by default, so actually has no styling to it right now. Let's try to style that and give it a color of blue. So in our main.scss, we'll target the h1 element using regular CSS. We'll give it a color of blue. Save that, go. Let's go back now in our preproc program and let's try to make this detect the file that we just added. If you look at here where my mouse cursor is, we actually have files there, but the preproc program is saying that we don't. That's because the first time that you load files in it, it doesn't know that you have files. So we have to click this refresh files over here. It's the same as pressing the F5 button on your keyboard. So we'll click on this and the preproc program now recognizes that we have files. So this first line over here after main.scss, which is scss/main.scss, is saying that this is the file that it has recognized, and this second link over here where my mouse is where the output file will go to. So now the first time you have to click on compile so that it goes ahead and compiles your files. So if you notice in the CSS folder we didn't have any file in there, but now that we've clicked on compile we should have a main.css there, and the main.css is just the output of main.scss. So now when we go back in our browser and we refresh, we should have the color blue. So now let's try to make use of CSS variables. So let's add two more HTML elements over here. We have a h2 and a p tag. Okay, so let's go back in our main.scss and let's say we want to target the h2 and the p tag. We want to give them a color of say yellow. Okay, so let's save that and it compiles and we go back in our browser and refresh. So the h2 and the paragraph tag all have the color of yellow. Okay, so now let's say that we wanted to give this h2 and a p tag a slightly lighter version of this blue over here. We want to give them blue, but we want to make it slightly light. So that's where CSS variables come into play. So let's say we can actually store these colors yellow into a variable called color. So the way you create variables in Sass is you first start your variable name with a $, just like in PHP, but this is not PHP. It's just a convention that they use. So $, and your variable name a colon, and then you give it whatever value. Let's say in this case orange. So now we can use this variable by just inserting it anywhere we want the value to go to. Let's say color. When we save this, it compiles. We go back in our browser. Now this should change from yellow to orange. Refresh and it changes to orange. Okay, so that's it guys. That's it for this tutorial video. That's how you create and use variables in Sass, and I hope that this was really useful. And if it wasn't, that if you didn't see the benefits of it, in the next videos to come you will see, because we'll make heavy use of Sass variables. So that's it guys, thanks for watching, and if this video was useful, please rate and subscribe and share, and I'll see you in the next tutorial video. Thanks for watching, bye.